useful than Watson.
Search, Toby.
Oh great, we get to be the dog. Do. Come on. Yeah, well, we got a trail going outside for some reason. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We're going to the place I couldn't get into. Because why? I'm pretty sure that they buried... What the heck? Leaving too? Pretty sure they buried the silver.
The intruders entered the shed for some reason when they were making off with the silverware.
And we continue to have a trail. Going around, going around, going around. We're following the green stench. And the well. Wow. This one's quite simple so far.
The scent leads to the well. I should check it.
Really?
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Any more smell? Oh, there we go. Look at that. He goes around and around and around. Where is he going to stop?
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall. The criminals left the house through the French window. They walked to the shed, then across to the well, before fleeing by climbing over the wall. I wonder why they chose such a winding route.
Oh, we know why they chose some of the winding route. I'm so glad you let me open the door finally.
Bags of seed. Some empty bags were recently moved.
Yes, yes. What are we hiding?
This old suitcase sounds hollow. It must be empty.
I don't think it is.
Small gardening tools. Nothing of great interest. This hook might be useful.
That's it? You stop with finding a hook?
There's something glittering at the bottom there, but how can I reach it?
With the bucket. And put the hook on it. Did we find the missing silver?
Silverware.
Wow.
This is hardly a coincidence. The Brackenstall coat of arms. It appears that we have found the stolen silverware.
So she hid it in the well instead of hiding it in the little room. Silverware. Yes, they're clearly... Yes, we're intimidated. We're trying to look like one, yes. Okay, so now I gotta go look for a sailor. I'm still going back to it's the wife's. I want to be the wife's nanny friend. Caretaker.
Inspector, I have recovered the stolen silverware.
You are a wizard, Mr. Holmes.
Yes,
And
Mr.
where is
Wizard.
it?
In the garden well.
Excuse me?
Unique, isn't it?
Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing silverware and then throwing it down into a well?
Perhaps it was used as a temporary hiding place. Or simply the thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve this mystery.
Holmes, don't look at me like that. I don't know what to think about it.
We found your silverware, Lady Brackenstall. It had not been taken very far.
Is that true? I am very thankful to you, Mr. Holmes.
Your ladyship?
You didn't ask any questions about a person visiting?
We found your mistress's silverware.
Oh, that's good news. You really are as clever as they say.
Indeed.
Say, I'm going with the short woman stood on a chair, cut the rope, they tied him up. Wait a minute, no, tying him up. See, here's something that doesn't make sense. Okay, if they tied him up in this chair over here, right? Then how does he come to fall way over here? Why wouldn't you just kill him in the chair? And he clearly didn't fall. There's two things that he was trying to hold him up. Yeah. Where do I go from here? I'm supposed to find a sailor. Oh yeah, they would know sailors. Oh, search my archives. Back to Baker Street. Back to Baker Street. And here we go. Records. No, it's not going to be chemistry. Let's try newspapers. 93. There we go. It arrives. A ship returns. Bulk carrier from Adelaide, Southampton, London, Lyre. Cunning building, James Street, London, has returned from a 6-month voyage through Indiana, New Zealand, Australia. The ship brought to England Mrs. Mary Fraser, the heir to the Fraser family, owning lands and tin mines in Australia. This reported beauty young lady is presently engaged to Sir Elugud Brackenstall, one of the wealthiest gentlemen in Kent. That's nice.
Here it is.
What does that mean for me? Okay. Oh, Wiggins. Great.
The shipping company, the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
Yes, why do it yourself? Yes, I looked at that already. It said call Wiggins.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893, and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
3 hours later.
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
I left it right on the table for you, sir.
Let's see, he called the table over here this last time. It's a desk!
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London Line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
On November the 7th. So everybody on here is arrived in London the 12th. So not you. You're all out. Next. Departed from London on October. Didn't get arrived into. So you weren't. Wait, no. Yeah. You weren't there. 7th of November. Departed from London on the 10th. Okay, so you could be there. Crocker, yeah. Okay, we got Crocker. So we have one match. Crocker could have been there, so it's
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar. Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days.
Southward, Henry Southward. Don't see him on here. Woods, don't see him on here. Thomas Walker. Don't see him on here, do you? Don't see Walker. Herbert Whittingham. Don't see Whittingham. And Partridge. Don't see Partridge. Pickering. Or Pitchfork. Alfred Pickering. That's why I thought that. Alfred Pitchfork. Not on there. Sanders. Oh, wait a minute. Does it even matter? No, because they're not going to be here. Departs in May, arrives November 12th, not going to be here. So, looking at there, only one ship that's even going to be here. October 7th, departs from London on the October, doesn't get back to the game. So that's it, all we've got is Captain Crocker, that's it.
Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days.
Alright.
This list shows the
No, so I need more? Oh boy, there's no one else on this list.
I do not think that this sailor has any connection to the case.
Stewart, Wicket, Partridge, Southwood, Walker.
I do not think that this sailor has any connection to the case.
Okay, so this is the only ship. '25th departs from Adelaide in October, arrives in London on May 6th. 2nd. So
This officer is still at sea, therefore
Oh.
he cannot be involved.
Great. So I've got to mark off the ones that are.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
All right. Well, we'll do
I
this.
do not think that this sailor has
Oops.
any connection to the case.
Oh, why did I think Sanders was in there? All right. Well, we'll go through all the list and mark all the ones that aren't going to be there because we found the one that is. Graham, Jacob, Garrison,
This
Bearswood.
officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
There's Mr.
This
Henry.
officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
So that's that. Who's left?
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
We know this. I already
This
ruled
officer
everyone
was
else
on a
out.
ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime. Captain Jack Crocker is our mysterious visitor. He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
I believe we covered that. But okay. We'll cover it again.
This Crocker, do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him.
Alrighty, we're gonna meet. Well, let's see. Let's talk to him first.
Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
You think?
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
You bring the would-be killer to
Mr.
the
Holmes?
house.
I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon understand why.
Oh, let's take a look at this guy first, shall we? The clear look is honest. Alright. Strong build. I want his coat. It looks warm. Look at that fur in that thing. Pretty sure it flew by whatever it was we were supposed to look at. Clean boots. Is that what I get? Clean boots?
You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her. From when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You... and what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right, if there was no evidence.
What then?
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call that evidence?
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Shark. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night.
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can
In
ask
a
the
porthole?
ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No, there is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have. We have all the puzzle pieces.
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
I'm gonna go with the second one. Absolve the captain. The murder was committed in self-defense. Jack Crocker defended a woman against the violent, despicable man. The mystery is solved, but you decide to keep it a secret. There's no need to inform the police. I'm gonna go with that one. Yep. I've made my choice.
Wiggins, could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
I wonder how this is going to turn out.
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Ohms?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know, because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's true.
It is time for you to tell us the whole truth.
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Ohms.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear. And it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
Wow, I was supposed to do something and didn't.
Watson.
It's over, Holmes. We can do nothing for him now.
Here is a case that didn't end as I had expected. It is entirely my fault. I know that you have already drafted a summary of the case. You have my permission for its publication, if you so wish.
I'll think about it, Holmes.
Holmes! Whatever is going on here?
That is Sir Eustace's killer. He has performed his own brand of justice.
My God! But why did you not call me?
I apologize. Here is his letter of confession.
So much drama.
You have no idea.
wow. Let's see. Let's check the, check how I did. Yep, the captain's the killer. 16 of 16. Well, was not expecting that one to be the outcome. So, that was unexpected. So we'll start the next one shortly. Or the next episode. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe out there. Later.